What's up, everybody? Justin here to do my Hell in a Cell 2016 review. Hell in a Cell just went off the air, I don't know, 5-10 minutes ago. So here we go with my prediction. First, I'm going to read my Twitter poll I put up. Rate tonight's Hell in a Cell 2016 pay-per-view. So far, 26% gave it a A. That's not very good. 39% gave it a B minus. Now, the votes just went up. 26% gave it a A. 40% gave it a B minus. 17% gave it a C. And 17% also gave it a D minus. Maybe the numbers will go up. I'll read the poll right before I'm done with this review. Again. So here we go. The kickoff show. I guess it was announced. I didn't see this, but I guess it was announced that the women's championship, first ever women's Hell in a Cell history-making match was going to be the main event tonight. I didn't hear that because I didn't watch a lot of the kickoff show because I was watching a Packers game. Anyways, it was announced on the kickoff. I heard from somebody that the women were going to be the main event. I was pushing on Twitter. I actually tweeted WWE and Vince McMahon like they're going to be influenced by what I have to say and what I think, but still I tweeted them. Why the hell not? They're on Twitter, so why not tweet them? I tweeted WWE and Vince McMahon. I said, please just have Sasha and Charlotte as the main event because that's what I want to see. By the way, wearing my new Jericho, drink it in, man. Drink it in, man. My new Jericho shirt. If you want to see the back, I don't know how much of it you could see. There's the back. I don't know if you can see that. I can't, but there it is. I showed it before on my WWE gear unboxing video. So, the pre-show, the kickoff show, whatever you want to call it. First up was, I just did a live reaction video, first ever. I just did a live reaction to Sasha and Charlotte, the entire match. I did a lot of commentary during it. I talked about what was happening, what I thought, what I felt during the match. So I just talked for like 30 minutes on a live reaction of Sasha, Charlotte inside the cell. So I just did that video. Watch that. I'll have it up on YouTube tonight, so watch that video. So, the kickoff show, there was a 6-man tag cruiserweight match. It was Tony Nese, Daivari, and Drew Gulak were teammates up against the babyfaces Cedric Alexander, Dorgado, whatever the guy's name is, and Sin Cara. I had the heels winning. They didn't win. Tony Nese, I thought the guy looked great in the 6-man tag. Tony Nese, that guy is a star. That guy is a hell of a talent, is Tony Nese. So, Cedric Alexander, Sin Cara, and Dorado win. Pretty good 6-man cruiserweight matches, pretty entertaining. For some reason, they had SmackDown's Mauro Ranallo calling the 6-man tag cruiserweight match. I don't know why, because he's not a part of Raw. But Mauro Ranallo was there. I don't know why. Michael Cole couldn't call it. I don't know why. Not complaining. It was very cool. Very nice to hear from Mauro Ranallo on the Hell in a Cell kickoff show. The guy's epic and very, very good at commentary. Or play-by-play, whatever you want to call it. So the heels lose. I had them winning. I predicted they'd win. Go back, watch my Hell in a Cell predictions. My first prediction on the kickoff, I'm 0-1. So now the first match of the pay-per-view for the United States Championship. Roman Reigns defends against Rusev. This match had some good stuff. They used the stairs a lot. They used, yeah, my notes here. They used the stairs. They used a Singapore canes and a chain. Rusev pulled out a chain and actually hooked it in the mouth of Roman Reigns and was pulling on his mouth, putting him in his finisher, the Accolade. I believe it's called the Accolade. So he was doing that finish, and Roman, of course, Super Roman, the guy could not tap out and would not tap out. Stupid booking. Vince McMahon trying to make Roman look super strong like he's Hulk Hogan from 1986. It's not 1986. It's not the 80s. You can't build up a baby face. I mean, I guess they're already doing it. I don't like it, but Vince is already building up Roman like Super Cena, in my opinion. John Cena is like unstoppable. One quit, one tap for a long time. Wouldn't even lose barely. So I guess Roman Reigns is being booked and billed as a new John Cena. So Vince wants him to look strong because he still thinks this is 1986, brother. Well, it's not. I don't like how Roman's presented. I don't like it. I know Roman has his fans. I'm not a Roman hater, but I don't like the guy as a wrestler. And the guy has zero ability to cut a promo. And I don't know, he shouldn't read off the writer's scripts. The promos they write for him are shit and are garbage and are trash. And he should be smart enough to come up with his own words and his own promos. So, as I said, Rusev, the highlight of the match, in my opinion, was Rusev hooking the chain in his mouth and pulling on him in the Accolade on top of the stairs. Of course, Roman wouldn't quit. He gets out of that. And then, of course, he hits a spear. And then it's over. A spear, and then 1, 2, 3, Roman Reigns wins, retains. I didn't think Rusev was going to win. I didn't predict Rusev would win. I predicted Reigns would retain, and of course he did, but I don't like how he retained. Because after the Accolade, then he just gets up, spears him, and it's over. Stupid finish. But again, Vince trying to make Roman look strong, like Hulkamania of the 1980s, which is pathetic, because it's not the 80s anymore. And the fans, today's wrestling fans, are not going to buy that crap that you're giving us with Roman Reigns, how he's unstoppable and Super Roman. Today's wrestling fans are not buying that crap. When he came out, Reigns got booed really bad. I didn't hear one cheer. I didn't hear one woman screaming for Reigns. He was booed out of Boston. So I don't know. The guy's so booed. Why don't you capitalize on that, Vince, and turn the guy up and make him a badass heel? But I don't know what's wrong with your brain. You must be too stupid to do that. Just because you want Roman to sell a lot of merchandise for you as a babyface. Of course, kids will beg their parents to buy Roman's merchandise because kids are stupid and they get brainwashed easy. So, Roman Reigns wins, is still the U.S. champion. I knew it would happen, but I was cheering for Rusev. And Lana looked hot as hell, as always. And she cut a little promo. Someone on Twitter tweeted me and said they thought Lana looked fat, like she gained a lot of weight. And the guy said maybe she's pregnant. There are rumors that Lana could be pregnant. I don't know if she is. I don't care if she is. If Lana is pregnant, congratulations to her and Rusev. Up next was Bayley against Dana Trump. Bayley, Dana Trump. Why do I call her Dana Trump? Well, look at her skin. She must go to the same tanning bed or gets the same orange tan spray, whatever they call it, tanning spray. Dana must go to the same person that tans Donald Trump and sprays his skin because she looks like Trump. Her skin tone looks exactly like Trump. That's why she's Dana Trump. And she looks like she could be a Trump. Anyways, Bayley, Dana Trump. She's no longer Dana Brooke to me. She's Dana Trump as long as she is going to look orange. So Bayley wins with the belly to belly. Excuse me. Bayley to belly, 1, 2, 3, Bayley wins. I was happy about that. I predicted Bayley would win. I'm glad she won because I'm a big fan of hers. Up next, the third match of the night was, I know I wrote it down. Number 3 was Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy. They came out, got a huge reaction, huge pop from Boston. They did their catchphrases. It was awesome. They did a little bit of comedy, talking about Big Papi, stuff like that. That was funny as hell. And then out came Anderson and Gallows. So the tag match started. It was okay for what it was. Nobody was watching the pay-per-view for this tag match, but it was good to see Enzo and Cash on a pay-per-view at least, and not on the kickoff. And I wanted them to win. I thought Enzo and Cash, I thought they deserved a pay-per-view victory, but whatever. They lost. Anderson and Gallows win. Maybe they'll become tag champs. Maybe Anderson and Gallows will actually become tag champs now. After New Day breaks a record, I could see Anderson and Gallows winning the tag titles. And that'd be a good thing, not a bad thing for them. Because they didn't leave New Japan to just not be tag champs. I mean, they should be tag champs at least once in WWE before their contracts are up. I don't know, they probably signed 3-year contracts. So Anderson and Gallows win with the Magic Killer, their finisher. 1, 2, 3, it was over. Up next, the fourth match of the night was for the fourth match was for the Universal title. Again, my prediction was Enzo and Cass. They lost, so far my record in predictions was not very good. I'll give my final record after I'm done with this review. Number 4, Seth Rollins challenging Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship, the second Hell in a Cell match of the night for the Universal title. No Y2J at ringside in the beginning. He didn't come out with Owens. I thought he might. So I got a lot of notes on this match and a lot of pretty cool spots and stuff that happened. First, we had Rollins diving through the second ropes, and he went head first, face first, into the cell. That was pretty brutal. That was pretty awesome looking. So then he just goes head and face first into the cell on the outside of the ring, falls to the ground. Then after it, we had they're back in the ring, and then we had a great sequence of moves. They were ducking and countering, a great sequence of moves. The crowd popped for that. That was great. And then we had Kevin Owens get suplexed on the ring apron. That looked like it hurt like hell. And that was pretty cool. And then we had a second dive by 2 dives from Kevin Owens. I believe we had 2 dives from, I think, Kevin Owens into the cell by Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins did 2 dives on the outside of the cell, crashing into Owens. They both crashed into the cell, 2 dives onto Kevin Owens into the cell. That's pretty cool. Then, of course, Kevin Owens gets out a fire extinguisher from under the ring. I don't know why the hell it was under there, but it was. So he pulls out a fire extinguisher. The ref is standing behind him in the ring, and Kevin Owens sprays it. I guess he's testing it, and it was an accident. It was supposed to be an accident, whatever. I don't think that was any accident. I think he did on purpose. So Y2J could get in the cell. But whatever. He ends up spraying the fire extinguisher in the ref's face. Referee falls down. He's out of it. Then the cell door gets opened, And of course, when the cell door got opened by other referees to check on the ref, Y2J comes running down to the cell. And it was hilarious. They tried to stop him, but Y2J runs in the cell, slams the door. It was pretty damn funny. But then Jericho and Kevin Owens start double teaming and teaming up on Rollins, and it was not a fair fight at all. It was not a fair cell match, but it was still good. So Y2J is now inside the cell. And then we had other pretty cool spots. We had Kevin Owens hit a power bomb. Kevin Owens was power bombed. Owens set up a table on the outside of the ring. Then he set up another table in the ring that was like balancing up against the cell, like on the top rope, and then balancing on the cell. And then Rollins picked him up. Kevin Owens, heavy dude, probably like 280 or maybe 300. So then Rollins almost dropped him on his head. And then Rollins powers him up, picks up Owens, picks him back up, gets him up high. It almost looks like he's going to pick him up higher like a last ride. Powerbomb, and Owens was walking with, Rollins was walking with Kevin Owens. I was kind of afraid and scared for Rollins and his knee. I was like, please don't have his surgically repaired knee give out, because Owens is a heavy dude. But then he picks him up, powerbomb, lifts him up, throws him over the top rope, through one table, crashes through the other table, and he's just taken out. Kevin Owens taken out, powerbombed over the top rope, through 2 tables to the floor. That was an awesome spot. The crowd went insane. The crowd loved it. I loved it. So that was a cool spot. And then Kevin Owens, of course, gets up, and they're back in the ring, and Kevin Owens starts beating Seth Rollins with a chair, DDTs him on a chair. And then Jericho again gets taken out. Then Jericho gets back up. He gets involved again. And then pop-up powerbomb. Kevin Owens hits a pop-up powerbomb, but Rollins kicks out. And then he hits another powerbomb. Jericho and Rollins set up 2 chairs, folded out right next to each other. And then Kevin Owens power bombs Seth Rollins on the 2 chairs. Pretty cool spot. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens wins, retains a Universal Championship. After that double chair power bomb, I didn't think Rollins would kick out. Pretty good cell match. It was much better than Rusev Reigns, but they did a lot more stuff than Rusev Reigns. So, good match. I'm happy Kevin Owens retained because I predicted he would, but I was cheering for Rollins. So up next we had the Cruiserweight Championship. Now, the Cruiserweight Championship match was up next. I did say in my prediction that Triple H would return and cost Rollins the title, or Jericho, I said, would come out with Triple H, or Jericho, I said, it would either be Triple H or Jericho would cost Rollins the title. What happened? Jericho did cost him the title because he interfered, and he got inside the cell. Stephanie McFoley, they're a bad commissioner, bad general manager, because they could have came out, got on the microphone, said, Jericho, if you don't get out the cell right now, you are suspended for 30 days or something. They could say, if you don't get out of the cell this minute, you're fired, or something like that. And then Jericho would have got out of the cell. But no, they let him stay in it, I guess, because Hell in a Cell is no rules, so Jericho could stay in there, I guess. But it wasn't fair at all to Rollins. And I guess Hell in a Cell matches are never fair, because anything goes. So the Cruiserweight Championship now, I predicted Brian Kendrick would win the championship. Pretty good match. During it, when I believe they're on the outside of the ring, a fan was talking very loud. It was picked up by the cameras. A fan yells at Kendrick, "You effing hippie, cut your hair. Or get a haircut, you effing hippie." I don't know what the hell that was about. whoever said that, you're a really stupid fan. Just idiot comment. I mean, I understand fans, if you're at a wrestling show, you're allowed to yell at the wrestlers, say whatever you want, you paid your money. I mean, I've yelled at a lot of wrestlers at live events, but I usually just say, you suck. I'm not going to yell, effing cut your hair at a wrestler. That's just stupidity, in my opinion. Kendrick, who cares if the guy has long hair? The guy could have hair down to his ass. I wouldn't give a damn. The guy's a great talent. TJ Perkins, the guy doesn't have long hair. Still, he looks 12 years old, like a little 12-year-old kid, in my opinion. Not saying TJ Perkins isn't a great athlete. He is. He's a great wrestler also, but the guy looks like a kid. So the fan yelling, effing cut your hair, you hippie, that was stupid. And you should be ashamed of yourself, whoever you are that said that, because you're an idiot. So, Brian Kendrick, they had a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. Gets TJ Perkins to tap out. He taps out. Brian Kendrick wins. And Brian Kendrick is now the new WWE Cruiserweight Champion. I'm happy about that because I predicted Kendrick would win and I wanted Kendrick to win. TJ Perkins, great talent, but to me, the guy is boring. The guy's a really boring babyface. I can't get behind him as a babyface. I don't know why. So Kendrick wins, a new champion, good for him. The guy's great talent. Up next, the WWE Tag Team titles. New Day defending against Sheamus and Cesaro for the tag titles. New Day cut a pretty epic promo in the beginning of the match. Before the match started, their promo was pretty damn funny. Kofi brought up that he's in his hometown and that he barely gets to talk about it, that he's from there. And then they brought up Gronk, that he broke the record for the Patriots touchdown leader, 69 touchdowns. Well, I can make a lot of jokes about that number, but I won't. But it's pretty funny. New Day, great promo. They're super over. I kind of thought New Day was doing a heel promo when they, I don't know, they sounded like they kind of ripped Boston and made fun of them for something. I don't remember what, but I don't know, whatever. New Day, even if they were heels again, they will never be booed. They'll always be cheered, and they're really super over in Boston tonight at Hell in a Cell. Okay tag match. The end was pretty good. Big E looked damn impressive. That guy is flying out of the ring, clotheslining Sheamus. Both of them went over the top. That was impressive. Big E looked great. Xavier Woods, for once, actually got in the match and was defending the tag titles. So the finish, I'm sure a lot of people hated it. A lot of people probably complained about the finish. Kofi was on the outside of the ring and did his spinning wheel kick to Sheamus. The referee saw it and called for the bell, DQ'd the New Day. And when the ref was DQing the New Day, behind his back, Xavier Woods was tapping out to Cesaro. Cesaro had Xavier Woods in his sharpshooter. He tapped out. Ref didn't see it. Instead, the ref called for the bell and DQ'd the New Day. So Sheamus, Cesaro win by disqualification. I understand why they have to do disqualifications, but they shouldn't do them on pay-per-views. I don't know. It's just, it's old, it's outplayed, it's dumb. But I understand why they still do it. So New Day does not lose the titles. Of course they were not going to lose the titles. I predicted New Day would win. They did not win. But they kept the titles. So by DQ, the New Day are still the tag champs, and they will break the Demolition's record. There's no doubt about it that they're going to break it. But Sheamus says I'll win by DQ. So now the main event. Sasha, Charlotte First ever women's match inside the Hell in a Cell. As I said, I did a live reaction video to this entire match, so I'm not going to talk about it much here. But the match started off before the cell was lowered. It was lowering, and Charlotte attacked Sasha, threw her out of the ring, and then Sasha throws Charlotte into the crowd. It started off hot. It started off with a lot of action. Then Sasha goes in the crowd, attacks Charlotte, and then they get thrown back, and the cell is finally lowered, and they're outside the cell by the announcer's table. Well, then they both climb up the cell halfway, and then Charlotte gets down and grabs Sasha from behind when she's still in the cell, grabs her from behind, power bombs her through the announcer's table. That was an awesome spot. I enjoyed that. It was a cool spot, good way to start off the Hell in a Cell match. By brawling in the crowd, then Sasha gets powerbombed through a table. And then she's really selling her back injury, really selling it. She's trying to walk to the cell door. She falls down, can't even get up, can't even stand. Charlotte goes back in the ring, selling, taunting the crowd, going like this, taunting Boston. They're booing Charlotte a lot. Crowd's chanting, "Let's go Sasha, let's go Sasha." And then Sasha has a neck brace put on her, and she's put on a backboard, and then she's about to be taken out of the match. And the ring announcer, JoJo, says the referee has awarded this match to Charlotte. And they were going to say new women's champion Charlotte. Well, Sasha is not going to have any of that. She jumped off the stretcher, ripped off her neck brace, and ran into the cell. So then the cell match started, and they locked the door. Cell match started. Charlotte hit a monkey flip to Sasha, and she went flying up against Cell. That was a cool spot. Both of these women looked spent. After the match, right before it ended, they both looked tired as hell, spent. Charlotte looked kind of blown up, but I'm not going to say for a fact that I know she was blown up, because I don't. I'm not going to just guess that either of them were blown up, because I don't know. But they both looked beaten. They both took a lot of punishment. They both beat the crap out of each other. They both brought it. And, I mean, they both absolutely just beat the hell out of each other, and they brought it to entertain the fans. If you can't respect that, what they did, yes, there was probably a couple botches, but you're going to have that, because they're probably both really hyped up and excited. If you can't respect what Charlotte and Sasha did inside the cell, well, you're a disrespectful SOB if you can't respect what they did. They made history. They were the first two to do it inside the Hell in a Cell. First two women ever in WWF, WWE pay-per-view history. They were the first two women ever to main event a pay-per-view. That's really impressive. That is a great accomplishment. I'm really proud of Charlotte, really proud of Sasha and what they did. I'm proud of both of them. Really proud of both of them. I really enjoyed their cell match. It wasn't perfect, but it was their first time inside the cell. I don't know why you would expect it to be a perfect match. It was not perfect, but I really enjoyed it. I really did. Final rating for WWE Hell in a Cell, the main event, women's Hell in a Cell, I would give that an 8. 8 out of 10. The rest of the matches were probably 5 and 6s. And Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, that was my second favorite match of Hell in a Cell 2016. That was a good match. I give that a rating of probably a 7. That was a pretty good match. But I tuned in to see the women's Hell in a Cell match. That's what I was watching for. That's what I wanted to see. I'm a big fan of women's wrestling, big supporter of it. I love it. And I was really happy, really proud to be a fan of the WWE tonight, to see that they let the women main event. Really proud to be a fan of women's wrestling and be a fan of Charlotte and Sasha and a fan of all the women in WWE. Of course, I don't like them all, but I mean, I do respect and I do like Alexa, Natalya, Becky Lynch, of course. I do like Paige, even though who knows if she'll ever return. But Paige is damn good. Alexa, Becky, Natalya, Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte. Those are all my favorites, along with Paige. Nia Jax is even pretty damn good for how she has a different look than every other woman. So she's good. I don't know why she hasn't been used on Raw for like a month. Maybe she's injured. I hope she's not. Hopefully Nia Jax returns on Raw tomorrow. So history was made. WWE started pay-per-views or closed circuit TV, whatever you want to call it. Before pay-per-views, they had closed circuit, where you would go to a local movie theater and pay some money to watch the pay-per-view on the movie screen, on the big screen. I believe their first pay-per-view was a Wrestling Classic in 1985, I think. Maybe 84. So the Wrestling Classic was the first pay-per-view before WrestleMania 1. And then after that, of course, they've been doing pay-per-views ever since. So it was about time. In 2016, it took until 2016 to have a women main event at WWE pay-per-view. Trish could have done it 10 years ago with Lita. They could have main event a pay-per-view, but they did not. Sasha, Charlotte were the two perfect women, in my opinion, to main event a pay-per-view, to main event the first women's pay-per-view match. And now Charlotte is a 3-time women's champion. The finish, I thought was kind of odd. She's a 3-time women's champ, and she's, I believe, 13-0 on pay-per-views. Charlotte is unbeaten on WWE pay-per-views. That's pretty insane. So Charlotte is the woman that they are pushing the hardest in the WWE, in my opinion, right now. They are really pushing her hard. And they should. She's a great athlete. I would like to see Sasha retain. I really would have. I predicted Sasha would retain. It was in her hometown. But it seems like when you're in your hometown and you work for WWE, they just tell you you're going to lose in your hometown and you're going to put the other person over. For some reason, that always happens. I don't know why. I mean, sometimes you could let the hometown person win in their hometown on pay-per-view. So Charlotte is a 3-time women's champ. She is a face of the women's division, at least on Raw. Becky is a face on SmackDown, even though Becky has barely defended the title, but she was out with an injury. She had some surgery for something, I believe. So she couldn't really defend it for over a month. So my final rating altogether for Hell in a Cell, the final rating would probably be a 7. I'm not going to say the pay-per-view is under a 7. And maybe other people will feel different. I don't care how you feel. However you feel, make your own video or rant on Twitter about how you think Hell in a Cell sucked. I don't think it sucked. Yes, the matches other than Kevin Owens, Rollins, and the women's main event, and all the other matches that were not those 2 matches, yes, they were pretty boring. But at least Kendrick is the new Cruiserweight champion. And that's it. That's my Hell in a Cell 2016 review. Hope you enjoyed it. The final results from my Twitter poll rate tonight's Hell in a Cell 2016 pay-per-view. 25% gave it a A. 40% gave it a B-. So 40% is winning. People think it was a B- pay-per-view. 22% was a C. or 22% voted it was a C, and 13% gave it a D minus. I don't think it was any damn D minus or C. It was at least a B pay-per-view. As I gave it a numbers rating. I gave it a 7. So, again, hope you enjoyed my review. If you didn't, well, you could turn it off anytime you wanted to. Follow me on Twitter at WWE NXT Guy. And subscribe to my YouTube if you enjoyed this video or my live reaction to Charlotte Sasha. Then subscribe to my YouTube. Watch my past videos. They're all in playlists. Check out my playlists and subscribe to my YouTube. Like, share, and comment on my past videos or this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye for now, everybody. Have a great Monday.